It doesn't take much moisture to actually get inside and over time ruin that watch. I want to talk about water resistance and why it's important to regularly inspect your timepieces. When you do this, what you're doing is you're ensuring the integrity of the gaskets, you're ensuring the integrity of the watch itself. When a watch leaves the factory, all the gaskets in the watch are new. So you can be assured that that watch has been tested, it's been tested to its rated depths. So how do we test these watches? We test them in non-destructive methods using vacuum and air. Why do we need to test a watch in a vacuum? It's because when you do swim on your backstroke, as you come back, as soon as you pass your shoulder, you are in a vacuum situation and you have the risk of sucking water into that watch. It's going to be very, very minimal, but over time, that moisture is going to condense inside that watch. That's when your repairs are going to get much more expensive. We test the watch in a vacuum. We put that watch into a machine, it sucks it into a vacuum, and when we go into a vacuum, the watch actually grows in size. We cut the vacuum off, and then what happens is, if we have a leak, that watch is going to relax itself to its natural state. What we're hoping is that watch stays expanded, and we're talking about thousandths of a millimeter. The watch stabilizes, it sits there for up to a minute. As long as it doesn't move, it's going to pass that first test and it goes on to the second test, which is pressure. We go into pressure and we're actually compressing that watch together. Once that watch is compressed, we cut the air off. And if that watch relaxes again to its natural state, we also know there's a problem with the seals. And we start diagnosing where those seals are. We test all our watches as they come in. We test the watches as they go out after service, even after the gaskets are replaced, just to make sure everything is seated right. I've seen watches with all new gaskets fail a water test because the smallest thing has been overlooked. This is the normal procedure for water resistance testing, but we also have, for dive watches, we have to test to 125% its rated depth and rated time. So we're going to take that watch and we're going to actually put it into an air chamber and compress that watch down and try to force water into it. And that watch could sit in there for anywhere up to an hour, which is much longer than your dive time. The watch comes out and we do a condensation test. And the condensation test is something very important that I want to touch on because it's something you can do at home as well. You put your watch on a heated surface in direct sunlight for a while, then immediately put an ice cube on top of the crystal. You're going to see a little bit of condensation inside that crystal. That as long as it's gone within 1 hour, then that watch is considered water resistant and you don't have moisture inside that watch. So this is a test, again, you could do at home, and your people are going to be surprised at how many watches will actually get that little bit of condensation where that ice cube touches that crystal on the inside. Anytime you're around water, if your watch is wet, it's not a good time to wind it. It's not a good time to set the watch, and never use your chronograph underwater. There's no reason to. Anytime you push a chronograph button underwater, you risk actually injecting water into that watch. The main thing to remember is you can swim with your watch, you can wade in a pool with your watch, you can go to the beach with your watch, you can dive with your watch. But it's highly recommended that you routinely have your watch checked every 3 to 5 years. I'm Michael Michaels, and this is why water testing, preventative maintenance, and the proper service of your watch is important.